Hello and welcome. You might have seen a video before showing a song created using Noteblocks, but didn't know enough to make a song yourself. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to create a song using Minecraft's Noteblocks, using Minecarts. This is where every section will be, if you want to go to a specific point. The first thing you need to know about using Noteblocks is tuning. If you're on a computer, you can right-click while pointing at a note block to make it go up a pitch. For console, use LT. The note block starts at F sharp, and each click makes it go up by a sharp. So 1 click is G, 10 clicks is E, 6 clicks are C. I use this source, which you can find in the description, to determine note block's pitch. You could also press F3 on PC, and on the right, you can find the note's instrument and the current tune. I use this source, which you can find in the description, for knowing each instrument and its corresponding block. The most popular instrument is the piano, which is when you place any block that isn't used as an instrument holder, including air and liquids, under the note block. I usually use dirt, but you could use whatever you want, as long as it doesn't make any other instruments. If you want to hit some low notes or high notes, here's what instruments you could use. The bass and didgeridoo, created by wood or pumpkins, can create the lowest note from a note block. The guitar, made from wool, is 1 octave above. The iron xylophone, bit, banjo, electric piano, and piano, each made from a block of iron, a block of emerald, a hay bale, glowstone, or any block not used, are an octave above the guitar. The flute and xylophone, made from clay or a bone block, can go the highest. Percussion instruments include a snare drum, sticks, and a bass drum, made from sand, gravel, concrete powder, glass, or any stone block. Percussion is mainly tuned so it fits the song's pitch and stays on that note the whole time, which is only needed for the rhythm. There are 2 different methods I use and recommend for song creation, and the one I'm teaching is what I call the Minecart method. Like any option, there are pros and cons. For song creation, the Minecart is easier to start with in my opinion, is easier to work with in lengthier projects, and you could write along with the song, which I find fun. The cons are that you can't create insanely fast songs, and you can't fit that many instruments and notes without more than 1 track. The problem with having more than 1 track is that the notes get slightly quieter on the track you aren't on. The first thing you want to do is choose where you want to build your song. If you have a dark and ambient song, choose the nether or the end. If you have a song that's happy, do it over normal Minecraft land. The next thing you need to determine is the direction of the track. If you're making this on a world you already built in, make sure your track isn't going in the direction of your builds. The dock is where you'll be starting your song. You could decorate it however you want or keep it very simple. My basic setup is this. I place 2 blocks on top of each other, then place a button on the side of the top block in the direction you want the track. In front of the powered rail, place a normal rail, and then another powered rail with a redstone block underneath. You can place the button anywhere, just make sure it only activates the 1 powered rail. Whenever you want a cart to move, you either use redstone blocks, redstone torches, or have it go downhill. For song creation, you use redstone blocks or redstone torches. Going downhill means you have to go uphill or on a flat surface later, creating an inconsistent tempo. I personally like redstone blocks more, and will be using this method as an example, but you could choose whatever floats your boat. A powered redstone rail can make the minecart go for 32 blocks at a consistent speed, so you don't need many. But me, I'm a dummy. I put powered rails in every space. You don't have to be me in that way. Detector rails are rails that send a redstone signal when a minecart goes over it. This is used for many things, and in this scenario, for playing notes. To have it play a note, put down a detector rail, and to the left or right side, place a single piece of redstone. Then, where the redstone leads, place down your instrument block on the ground, and on top of that block, your note block. Tempo is the most annoying part in setting up your song, in my opinion. A minecart goes 8 blocks per second at top speed if it's going in a straight line. That means the minecart goes 480 blocks a minute. The formula for this would be 480 divided by b equals t. Or if looking for b, use 480 divided by t equals b, and round to the nearest whole number. T stands for the tempo you want. B stands for the amount of blocks in each note. To further explain on B, you will have a detector rail play the note and have a certain amount of rails in front of it. The amount of combined rails will be B. I recommend not having B be 3, but if you have a simple song with no eighth notes, you could do it. If B is 2, then the first detector rail is the first beat, and the second beat is an eighth note. If you want a 16th note, place a redstone repeater either next to the first or second detector. It matters if you want the 16th note to be before or after the 8th note. If B is 4, then the third rail in the beat is the 8th note, and the second and fourth rails are 16th notes. Whenever you write a fast song or a song with an insane amount of notes, you will have to space out your note blocks. When you power a note block, it can power other blocks too, including other note blocks. This can be used to make chords and save a lot of space with it. There's only a few shapes you can make with note block chords, which is being presented on the screen right now, but with these alone you can manage to fit note blocks in multiple tight areas. Sometimes you don't have enough redstone rails to keep going max speed. Well, you can improvise by placing redstone repeaters on existing detector rails. Thanks for watching. I hope your songs come out great and you find your own methods you enjoy. I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe to my channel, and if I reach 10 likes on this video, I will either make a part 2 with extra tips and tricks on this method, or another tutorial on the other method I use, which you can decide by voting on the top right corner.